Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. So today is going to be my perfect palettes for Valentine's Day. I'm filming it late, but I just thought I'd film it nonetheless. Mascara has dropped down. Are we good? I think we're good. Right, so they're in no particular order, and the reason why they're in no particular order, normally I would do it ranking style, because I've got a couple of palettes that I've not managed to use yet. I'm going to say in first place. So let's talk about this one. I've not used it that much. It's not one of my favourites, but it just reminds me of Valentine's Day. So it's the Colourpop Plush Like Me. It's more on the grungier side, granted, but it has a lot of red tone, well, a few red tones in there for you to make a nice Valentine's Day look. So that's that palette. We're not going to talk too much about the palettes. I've done eyeshadow tutorials on most of what I'm going to be showing you, so you can just go and check them out. They are on the channel. And then the next one is the Sigma Enchanted. Now, if any of you have been watching my channel, you'll know this one, it's always ranked really, really low down the list. I need to figure out if I like it, and if I don't like it, it'll be getting decluttered. Maybe I can pass it on to my mum. It's got some really nice rosy tones here for Valentine's Day, and then these here. Metamorphosis though is not a good shade. Well, not in my palette anyway, unless I've got a dodgy palette. I've heard a lot of people say Metamorphosis isn't good, and even on their palette it gets hard pan. The two shades in here that I really, really like are Electrum, this one here, and Cosmos, this one here. But everything else I can take or leave, really. So yeah, I need to test that out again soon. And the reason I put this in my Valentine's Day palettes is because Enchanted. So the next one is a Pat McGrath one. So it's this one. So it's the Pat McGrath Labs, does it have a name? Rose Decadence. And this would be a good one for Mother's Day as well. But yeah, with the red tones it really does, with the red tones it really does remind me of Valentine's Day. There isn't that many red tones, is that there's this one here which is really pretty, this one, and the rest are just mainly neutral. But yeah, I like the palette, it's nice. It's not my favourite Pat McGrath Labs palette. The next one here is another Pat McGrath Labs one, and they brought it out for Valentine's Day. Not this Valentine's Day just gone, but the Valentine's Day before it. So it comes in beautiful packaging like this. It is absolutely stunning, but I wouldn't say this is Valentine's Day. So it looks like that. It is so neutral. Now, I wouldn't say they were Valentine's Day colours. Let me know in the comments down below. With Valentine's Day, I always kind of think about pinks and reds and things like that. I guess any palette really could be classed as a Valentine's Day palette. Hang on, have I missed any? Sorry guys, I've got some acrylic off to the side of my vanity with eyeshadow palettes in it, and I thought I'd missed some eyeshadow palettes, but I haven't. They're not Valentine's Day themed at all, and I don't think I've got any in Project Pan that are Valentine's Day themed. The next one is this one. My mum got me this, not Christmas just gone, the Christmas before. Yeah, it's just, to me this is really Valentine's Day themed. You could get a Valentine's Day look at it. I hope I've not broken that. Let's talk about this one first. Hang on. So this is the Pat McGrath Labs Utopian Dreams. Don't know why I was looking at the packaging, I don't need to. This one really does remind me of Valentine's Day, with like these like kind of pinks and purples up here, and this shade here especially. And then you've got your neutrals as well. So yeah, you could get a really pretty Valentine's Day date night look out of this one. Okay, so I don't think I've broken anything, unless any of these two are broken now. So the next one is this Morphe one. So this one is, it's a Morphe Party Pinks. And you can definitely see where I'm going, can't you? Like, to me, Valentine's Day is very pink inspired, very red inspired. So it looks like that. I didn't think I'd like this palette, but I absolutely love it. So that's that one. Then we've got this little mini palette here by Charlotte Tilbury that Amy kindly gifted me. I wore it once. I need to wear this more because they're not cheap, are they? So you can see my fingerprints on it, but yeah, I've worn it once and it's very kind of pink themed down here, especially the trio here, especially not really so much this one here. So that's that. Next up is one that's in my shop, my stash. It's the Juvia's Place, the Blushed Rose. And again, this one here, I would say everything apart from that shade there would definitely be considered a Valentine's Day look. So if you didn't put that shade in it there, it's just a really nice rosy pink eyeshadow palette. Next for sure, definitely my P. Louise Fall in Love palette is and was made for Valentine's Day. Not this Valentine's Day just gone, but the Valentine's Day before they made it. So again, that's what the packaging looks like. Absolutely stunning. And then this is what the palette looks like. So I've used this quad here. I've used this trio here. I've not used that shade yet. And I feel like I'm going to use that tomorrow, and then I'll use that quad, and then I can do a February ranking. I've said this before, but I don't know if we're going to be doing any rankings going forward after February. So that's the P. Louise one, and these are in my shop, my stash. So we've got those two so far that are in my shop, my stash for this time, and then this one as well. I pulled this out to do a Valentine's Day special, and I've used it again today, so I'll tell you the shades I've used today. So it's a P. Louise It Takes Two. This one is absolutely stunning. Look at the lights, it just lights up. So I've used this matte shade, it's called Ride or Die. Then I went in with Together, that matte shade there. Then I went in with BFF, that matte shade there. And then I went in with Right Arm, that matte shade there. And then for shimmers, I went in with BFF. That is just such a beautiful shimmer all over the lid. And then I went in with this Ride or Die in the inner corner. So you can just get so many beautiful looks out of this palette. I'll put the first look I did for Valentine's Day somewhere around here so you can see that as well. I want to talk about these palettes at the end. Oh, we'll talk about this Sigma Rosy one. So I've got the Sigma Rosy one as well. So I don't know whether I'm going to keep hold of the Enchanted or this one. I'm leaning more to this one. I mean, I don't much care for this one either. I like this one better than the Sigma Enchanted. The only thing I like about the Sigma Enchanted shade over this is those other shades that I was talking about earlier. So that's that one. Then we've got the W7 Socialite, which is a dupe for the Houdinoo Nude. Really love this, and I think it's really good for Valentine's Day as well, with all the pink and red tones. So that's that one. I've not used it in a hot minute. They're really easy to hit pan on because they're quite creamy. So you can see I've hit pan here, the Extravagant shade. So that's that. Then we've got some Cosmic Brushes ones. I think I've only chosen one out of Cosmic Brushes. So this was the second palette that I bought from them, and this is their seconds palette that they brought out. Well, not that they brought out, it was a seconds palette, but to me it's just as good as any of the other Cosmic Brushes palettes I've tried. So this one really does remind me of the pink and red tones, and yeah, it's got other bright colours in it, but it does have a lot of pink and red in it, so you can do a really nice Valentine's Day look. Then we've got a Beauty Bay one. So the Beauty Bay Love Notes. Didn't get the palette that they brought out this year. That looks really nice, but obviously I'm on my no-buy, so I couldn't have bought that. But yeah, this one is absolutely stunning. It's got purples. I wouldn't associate purple though with Valentine's Day, but I guess you can use any shade for Valentine's Day, really. That's the whole point. But then you've got a lot of pinks. Well, not a lot, but you've got like pinks and rosy tones down here. It's just really beautiful. And again, I've not used this in a long time, so I need to use it again. Then we've got another Pat McGrath Labs palette. So this one is the Blitz Astral. Amy gifted me this as well. So it's just a little quad. And I associate this with Valentine's Day for this shade and this shade as well. It looks a lot pinker in person. Like when I'm looking at it, it is like a pink. Oh, you can see it there. So can you see how much pinker it looks? So yeah, you could definitely get a really nice Valentine's Day using these. And then some mattes from a different palette. We're coming to the end now, guys. Then I've got the P. Louise Love Affair palette. I think I got this in a mystery box. Yeah, I think I got this in a mystery box. And for sure, when I think of Valentine's Day, I really do think about this palette. What are some of the shade names? Adulterer, Infidelity, Karma, Unfaithful, Late Nights, Liar Liar, Just a Friend, and Excuses. So, I mean, really then, is it a Valentine's Day palette? But I feel like it is, because it's got lots of nice reds. So that's that one. Right, now we've got some Glamonatrix palettes, and this one I've not used, but I think it would be perfect for Valentine's Day. I'll probably bring it out next Valentine's Day. I mean, I'll use it like before then, obviously. This was a gift off Lisa, and I just think this is perfect for Valentine's. I mean, was this their Valentine's Day palette? I don't know. I know that it's been out a while. I can't remember if it's their Valentine's Day palette. Just the shade names. I mean, you've got Admire, Romantic, Intoxicating, Captivating, Timeless, Charming, Seductive, Rich, Magnetic, Allure, Lover, Devotion, Cherish, Intimate, Passion. That just, to me, that sounds like Valentine's Day. So I'm wondering if it is their Valentine's Day palette. So yeah, that's what it looks like. Absolutely stunning. Right, and then we've just got two left to talk about. Then she got me this one as well last year. So it's the Glamonatrix Cosmetics Nearly Natural. I've got a feeling this was the first palette by Glamonatrix she got me. So that's what it looks like, the palette. And then some people will disagree with me. I thought they fell on the floor before and I thought it damaged it. I genuinely feel like this palette could be used for Valentine's Day. So I'll like the light pinks and then these shades here to darken out and make it like really red toned. So definitely Naked Eye, Nearly Natural, Unveiled, Raw. And then you've got these more red tone ones here, Naturally, Untouched. And I think that's it. Like the olive ones here wouldn't be classed as like a Valentine's Day look. But other than that, yeah, I do feel like it could be used as a Valentine's Day palette. I'll show you the last one now. I'm going to have trouble getting it in the screen. So this one is the P. Louise Blendaway 2022 palette. They didn't bring it out for Valentine's Day or anything like that. But if you look at this now, it's got mainly pink and red tones. Like, can you see how it's like mainly pink and red tones? I'm gonna like bring it really close in without me in the frame and you'll be able to see it. Definitely from, I would say, definitely from here. I'd say more than half the palette is pink and red toned. I would definitely consider this a Valentine's Day palette as well. I've not used it yet and I've not used the Glamonatrix one. That's why I couldn't rank them. Those are my perfect palettes for Valentine's Day 2024. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Let me know what palettes you've liked using this Valentine's